Hello, hi, and welcome. Welcome into tonight's live, a little late night live for you guys. Sorry I didn't have it scheduled beforehand, very much beforehand. I thought I hit the button to schedule it and I didn't. So if you're new, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But if you're not new, then you're like, why weren't you on earlier, Tanya? So that's why I wasn't on earlier. But thank you for coming and joining me tonight. I appreciate it. If you're new or if you're not new, thank you for coming. Appreciate that. If you guys don't mind, while you're getting settled in, getting comfortable, getting your snack, getting your drink, just hit the like button there. Just free to do, free to do. If you guys don't mind. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, we'd love to have you. We do talk true crime daily here. So if that's something that you're into, hit the subscribe button. But welcome in, friends. Welcome in, friends. I've got my dog with me tonight. You can't see her. My pillow's on the floor over there from the other dog. She's sleeping so good. I wish you could see her face. I don't know if I move. There we go. Now you can see her. I appreciate her. She's my oldest girl, so you never get to see that one. That dog's always hiding. So that's my dog. But anyway, we're going to talk about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers tonight. So let me get his missing person flyer up. Let me say hi to everybody in the chat first. Hey, Sunshine. Hey, DM. Hey, Mary Beth. Welcome in, everybody. Ashley seems like she's doing good. Oh, you're going to be good, though. You seem like you're going to be okay. You'll be okay. I promise. Lenora, the girl next door, welcome in. Hey, see me rolling. I love that name. That's a really fun name. Hey, Fred. Welcome in. Welcome in. CJ. Welcome in. CG. SG. I didn't even say it right. I'm saying C and I meant S. SG. Y'all, when you abbreviate your names, when there's just like, who is the other person that does it? I always get them KCG. You guys, when you abbreviate your initials like that, it gets me. See, LB, that one's cool. I can do that one. That's a 2-letter one. But you put more than 2 letters, or if it's an S and a G, I guess I can't say those together. But welcome in. Thanks, DM. Isn't she the cutest little dog in the world? She really is. She is a sweetheart. Unless you're another dog. And then she is like ready to fight. But she is sweet as can be. She's retired now. She doesn't do that anymore. Now I feel like I just need to look at her. She never gets to have her own alone time. So thank you, Carl. Appreciate that for leaving that DNA on that like button. Hey, Mo. Well, welcome in. Welcome in. I know. We're almost at 17K. Can you believe that? I convinced 17,000 of y'all to come and hang out with me at least once. Pretty good, huh? Hey, Darcy. Hey, Lenora. I don't know if I said hi to Lenora. And DM. And I said JS. There we go. Look at that. Another initials. I guess it'd probably be easier just to do that. You know what I mean? That would be actually really nice if we went to go tag you into the chat. Letters would be great. There's KW. See, I can remember that one. Isn't this a good community? This is a really nice community here. We really have a good one. We try anyway. We try. So what I was doing earlier, I was getting ready for the show, but I thought I had scheduled the show and I didn't. So I was over listening in to JLR because he was talking about Sebastian Rogers and just going over the case in general. And he was talking about some stuff on Facebook that he saw. And then when I went to the Facebook, I couldn't see the same thing that he was seeing. So I figured we'll go over it together. Now, before we do that, I want to go over Sebastian because, that's who's important right now. This is the person we're here for. We would love for Sebastian to come home at any time, any day now, please. The boy that was pictured. So there's two different theories or things floating around that I'm going to debunk really quick. The little boy that was seen on the surveillance camera that like resembles Sebastian with the little glasses and the brown hair, that's not Sebastian. There's also, I guess, been a body found, and that is not Sebastian neither. So I guess the body was found in Tennessee somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where, but as of right now, none of that's true. So I don't want you guys to think that's true, because it's not. We haven't found him yet. He's out there somewhere, either by himself or with somebody. But either way, someone has to know something. Even if it's, I don't know. I mean, other than if Sebastian thought of this all himself, and somehow it went astray. He planned on running away and it went wrong and they didn't find him. That's the only thing that I could think of when it doesn't equal out to someone else helping him, because he's a 15-year-old boy. I would think he would need help to do anything like this. Yeah, Princess. I saw it on whose was that? I think it was T-Rev or one of those channels. It was like, body found, could be Sebastian. And I'm just like, are you really for real? Like, I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that. And thanks, Fred. So this is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. We all know this by now. February 26th, he went missing. We are still on the hunt for him. And it is the 14th today. Yep, the 14th of June. I almost said October. Wow, that would have been bad. But if you have seen Sebastian, please call the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, or the local police department, TBI, 911, anything. What not to do, don't just take a picture of the kid if it looks like Sebastian and then walk away. That's what we don't want you to do. We want you to, call in any tips. But he is approximately 5'5", 120 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. And the Sumner County Sheriff's Office is 615-451-3838, or you can call 1-800-TBI-FIND. So, yeah, not Sebastian Aries. Nope, not Sebastian. Yeah. So we're back to square one. I mean, but I'd rather be here. I don't know. I don't even know at this point because I'm not a parent. So that would be something that the parent would have to think of. But I just want him to be safe and alive and well. And I want him to be found. You know how this story would switch? This whole story, if Sebastian was found unharmed, just found in general, this whole case would do we would all have whiplash. We would all have whiplash. Cats don't bark me too. I'm getting antsy too. He did, Carl. I didn't see that part. Oh, I didn't see that part, Carl. Dang it. I was listening too. I was listening on my way home from my dentist appointment. I was at the dentist all day today, you guys. The body was found close to Spring Hill Cemetery. Thank you. I forgot it was a cemetery. Thank you, Squeaky Wheel. Thank you. I just knew that it wasn't our guy. So I would absolutely hate not knowing. Me too. I would want to know either way. I think that the not knowing is what, as a person, that would get me. The not knowing, I'm one of those people. I have to know things. I have to know them right now. If I have the weirdest question in the world, I will call whoever I need to call to get the answer. I'm just one of those people. But I can't imagine being a parent in this kind of a case with all of the rumors, speculation, the information that's coming out, the misinformation that's coming out. My head would be spinning right now. I don't know if I could even say I'd be in my right mind. I wouldn't be. But if you have seen Sebastian, or if you see him, let's say tomorrow, call Sumner County, call 1-800-TBI-FIND, and they will be able to help you, because they will. Would Ellie tell us his details? I think they would give us. I think they'd give us as much as they could. Now, if he has been talking to somebody online or something like along those lines, they may not tell us that. They may be doing some sort of investigation, into that. Because I know that they still have his gaming console. As far as we know, they still have the gaming console from Seth's house. So I'm wondering if there's something in that console that they found, or if they're just really checking because they have to check all the backgrounds of Seth's friends that were on the gaming console. I'm not sure. Pick me. Mary Beth said. What's going on? What happened? Anybody? Just let me know if I need to kick anybody. Okay, I was just reading the chat. Sorry. I was just reading what you guys were putting down. So tonight I thought we would go over JLR's live, and I want to go over some of the stuff that he went over in his live because they're just a little funny. He talks about, he found some interesting things on Facebook. So let me just preface this by saying it's on Facebook. He got this stuff from a different Sebastian Rogers group. So I don't know if you guys are aware, but JLR is in charge of one of the missing persons groups on Facebook. It is the, let me find it first. I have like a bunch. I'm under a bunch under Sebastian. His is the mysterious disappearance of Sebastian Rogers, Hendersonville, Tennessee. And yeah, this should be the one. Yeah. Okay. Wanted to see if I can find it so I can show you. Okay, yeah, here it is. So here, this is the mysterious disappearance of Sebastian Rogers. And then you see like Jonathan is the admin of this group here. So he gets a lot of his information, it seems like, through this group. And it has a lot of, it has a huge following. So today, when he goes on his live, he's getting information from another Facebook site. And I'm like, he called it Justice for Sebastian Rogers. And I was like, oh, this is a different group. So this is the Justice for Sebastian Rogers group that he'll be talking about in his live. This group, he brings up a couple messages and stuff. And he's like, oh, look at this, look at this. And, because he's dramatic. And the posts that he's bringing up are off of this Justice for Sebastian page, but this Justice for Sebastian page, and he's talking about one of the moderators, this Sanja girl. But look at the people that are moderating and admin of this group. Bullhorn Betty, his best friend, aka his arch nemesis. So it's like his Facebook group is going against Bullhorn Betty's Facebook group. And now it's going to be a battle of who can put out the most information fastest, like who can get out the crappiest, most scalacious, I can't even say it, like scandalous headline, tagline, clip. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Now, I don't have a problem with either creator, but I'm just saying it's going to happen. I've seen these creators go at it before. I think we all have. And now it's going to be right here in front of our face. So he will talk about this page. So just keep in mind, Bullhorn Betty runs this page and they don't get along at all. At all. Then they're going to talk about, I'm just going to show you some stuff before I should play the live. That way you guys kind of know what we're going into. Okay, so those are the Facebook groups. Now, I guess, our dude, Tony Mathis, is trying to get in on a new case. So he's trying to get in on Harley Morris's missing person case. And this is their page. And he'll have a picture of it on his live. I don't know if I took a screenshot of that, like a screen grab. Yeah, I did. So he'll show this on his page too. So basically, Tony Mathis, it looks like, is on the prowl. He's on the prowl. I was looking through and trying to see when this was, like, I was trying to find it, but I didn't go back far enough because it's April 11th. I forgot the date is on this one, but I was going back through all the posts. So I'm going to try to go back and find this exact post. That way we can look at it and see it for ourselves. But it's for the help find Harley Morris. And this was on April 11th. So Sebastian was already missing February 26th. April 11th, our dude Tony wasn't on the scene yet. I don't believe he was on the scene for Sebastian. But correct me if I'm wrong. He would have been coming around right around that time. And it says, I am the spokesperson. Let me actually share this tab with you. Let me share it with you. I am the spokesperson for the family of Caleb Harris. These cases are eerily similar. Please, or someone please have the mom or dad message me. Is this how he starts his to get his people? Is this how he starts? Hey, Cat's Life. It's like, what is going on here? Is this how he gets his, his family? He just says, hey, I'm a spokesperson for this family. Do you want me to come and help you too? Yeah, he'll set up the GoFundMe. Yeah. He'll set up a GoFundMe and pray for you, because the dude doesn't get news stations. He doesn't get these great big news headline places. It's not for Tony. Like News Nation. Caleb Harris's dad was on News Nation 3 days after he was missing. Literally, he was on there like the 6th. I think it was like it was the 6th. He already had big news agencies. I really don't know why he brought Tony in. I really don't know why. I'm amazed. I'm still amazed at that. But before we get, I'm going to go ahead and put the video on, but I just want to let you guys know about, this is Bullhorn Betty's page. So it says, I just want my son. You'll be able to tell too, the page, the different pages are like swaying different ways. So this page is mostly like pro Seth, I would say, and go Bullhorn Betty. They all love her over here. Somebody put in the chat that they were going to start a YouTube channel. I wonder if I can find that. And I wanted to be like, good luck, because it's hard out here, on the streets. I don't know if I'll be able to find her name, but yeah. So here's Bullhorn Betty. I'm sick and tired of discussion of Tony or Seth. This is counterproductive to what we are here for, and that is Sebastian Rogers. Anybody here for any other reason, you're more than welcome to leave this group. And then this is her breaking news. Busted. What's she busted for? Katie Proudfoot busted. Did anybody watch that? I didn't watch it. So, but yeah, she said this girl, she said she's going to start a page. And I just thought it was pretty funny because, oh, it's right here. So I worry every day about the stupid drama because every other group just makes me sick. Starting stuff with Seth and Tony, which I really, really care about Seth. Every time he goes on interviews, it makes me cry. But those groups basically don't care about Sebastian, Wayne, Drake, Rogers. They only care about the clickbaits and money and attacking a poor dad who lost his son. I really hope they find Sebastian soon. That was a run-on sentence. Okay. Not one period in there. Not a comma, nothing. Okay. So yeah, don't come to YouTube. Don't come to YouTube. And it's scary it's scary over here. So, I wanted to show you guys that stuff and then we'll go over and we'll watch, JLR's live, but, okay. Yeah. I'll read this to you guys now. Okay. So this is going to be some anonymous participant. I could not find the post. So either they deleted it or this is a whole screenshot is fake, but this is what JLR was showing. And it says on here, I didn't want to do this, but I have to. I have been having nightmares and I can't handle it anymore. I am Chris Proudfoot's cousin. We grew up attached at the hip. I love him, but he holds so much information. I have just been feeling so sick from this last month. Chris confided in me and had informed me that Katie illed, Sebastian. At that point, I wanted to hurt her, but he begged and pleaded and even paid me $500 to stay quiet. What's up with the $500? Someone needs $500. Because this is the third time I've heard of $500 being shown as a price for something. It was the interviews that if Seth was going to do any interviews, it was going to be $500. There was one other thing that was something about $500. And now this. I know this is like the third. So somebody needs the $500. If you just tell us who you are, then maybe we could give you the $500 because it's always $500. Interview, $500. You want us to say something, talk to you on the phone, $500. You want us to go search, $500. We need flyers, $500. I don't know. I took the money. It says, okay, $500 to stay quiet. I took the money and gave it to a homeless man. Come on now. If you're sneaky and sly enough to keep a secret like that and then put it under anonymous participant, then you're going to keep the $500. You have no morals. You're going to keep the $500. You're not going to give that away. Your morals are out the window at that point. It's just crazy. I don't believe this, but I wanted to read it to you guys. Took it to a homeless person. Man, I wish I would have been there. I am so tired, exhausted, and they need to be locked up. Oh, and he also told me that they stripped him naked and threw his clothes in the trash that night. I'm posting this here so someone else calls the cops because I'm already feeling too many emotions. Just going to leave this right here for y'all. And then, yeah, because I'm just feeling too much emotions. I can't do it. Can't call the police. Been thinking about this so long. I can't sleep. I can't eat, but I'm not going to call the police. People are crazy. Anybody can go under anonymous participant. I'm like, anonymous participant. I just wanted to give you guys the heads up. So this is the case that our dude Tony is trying to get in on, or he was trying to get in on, probably still trying to get in on. And let me rewind this back since I was watching it earlier. And I think it starts like right around here. Okay. Let me put the right page up. Thank you guys all for being here tonight. Sorry, I'm a little slow with it tonight. I was at the dentist all day today. So if I'm talking a little funny, that's just the way I talk now because my teeth are different. I hate the dentist. Okay. It was a day, let me tell you. I'll tell you after the live, but it was a day. Ricky, he thinks it's a troll. Me too. I do too. Well, because the account that it's coming from, so the Facebook page that JLR is getting like all of the anonymous posts and stuff from, that's under Bullhorn Betty. So that's her page that she started for Sebastian. And then he has his Facebook group that he started for Sebastian. And now it seems like the two Facebook groups are going to go like back to back. Like it's going to be this person said this person said this. And I feel like it's going to be a lot of back and forth here before too long. Hopefully we can stop it before it starts. Hey, true crime and other stuff. Yeah, so the admins can see. Yeah, I didn't even know that, Ricky. I didn't know that the admins could see that. Until today, I didn't know that. I never get on Facebook, though. I don't use it very often. Facebook Live. Cousin, but anonymous. Yeah. Anonymous cousin. Yeah. Anonymous cousin. I probably wouldn't put my name out there either. But even if I was a cousin or if I wasn't a cousin, like if I had information like this and this was credible, true information, and, I'm just so sick over it and I know where this kid is and I know what happened to this kid, I'm pretty sure I would be calling 1-800-TBI find. I would be doing that because then you can get trouble. I mean, do you want to get charged? Like aiding and abetting could be maybe. I'm not exactly for sure the charges, but they could get them with something conspiring, accessory after the fact, something like that, maybe. His chat was disabled, but I could have sworn I saw people chatting in here. So maybe not. Maybe it was just like during the live stream you could chat. If maybe not. I don't know. But we're going to go over this. It's like an hour long. It's not too long. So we'll just kind of go over this and I'm going to stop in a different spots because I wanted to show you like what I found out about what we're going to watch. But like I said, he's going to go over just some stuff that he found on Facebook and some messages and some stuff that's going back and forth. And also Seth, supposedly it's through his account or through his YouTube, supposedly, that he called the sheriff. Now, I will say when that comes up, and I'll say it again when it comes up, Seth Rogers had a YouTube channel out there at one point, and he had over 1,000 subscribers. And then I heard he had taken it down. Well, I can't find it anymore. The one that JLR shows on here that he says is Seth Rogers, I don't believe that is Seth Rogers because that person only has like a small amount of followers. And I know that Seth Rogers, the actual Seth Rogers, because I went and told you all, I was like, I'm not following him. I said that night. I was like, I'm not following him. And we played his one video that he had on there. When you go to this new page, there's no video. There's no Sebastian video. So I don't think it's the same one. That's why I don't think it's the same page. But we'll see. And maybe we'll all see something different when we watch it the second time. But thank you guys all for being here. I do appreciate it. If you guys don't mind just hitting the like button, it really helps the channel grow and it helps me. And if you guys appreciate the content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We do talk true crime daily here. And I do have a court date for Brian Kohberger. I think it's the 27th. I'll look that up and let you guys know at the end of the live also. So I wanted to tell you guys about that.
Opinion, because a lot of people have different opinions regarding this case. We're going to talk about Seth Rogers, because he called the sheriff's office or called TBI or called some sort of authorities. There's people posting in the group that authorities are wondering things about him. Wondering about him sending out letters and him considering himself a suspect. We're going to talk. Somebody was sharing about correspondence they had with one of the detectives on the case about Seth. But a lot of people have a lot of opinions about Seth. They have opinions about these two individuals here. Seemed like it was tribal for a while, and I don't necessarily think this case is tribal anymore because of the craziness and the drama that has been unfolding in this case for the last month. A lot of people think this guy's responsible. We're going to talk about him a little bit too. This is Tony Mathis. Probably still the spokesperson for Seth. Haven't really heard Seth much lately, though he made a comment on a YouTube channel about contacting authorities. We're going to talk a little bit about Tony Mathis soliciting his services to the mother of another missing person in Texas. We're gonna talk about him. We're going to talk about a lot tonight. We're going to share the posts out there. Now, I'm going to show you a post that was posted in one of these Facebook groups. Wasn't posted in our Facebook group. We have the biggest and baddest Facebook group on the planet.
The biggest and baddest.
Disappearance of Sebastian Rogers. Join it. We are at like 38,000, somewhere in that, members. There's many other Facebook groups.
Is it just me or is JLR always wearing red shorts? I think he likes red shorts.
Centered around Sebastian.
He's got a uniform.
I scan and I go around every group and see what's going on, see what the latest is. Every day I want to see what's the talk. What's the talk of the town on the internet? What are these groups saying? And there was one particular post that has been circulated and it made it onto our Facebook group. And it's coming from a group called Justice for Sebastian Rogers. And someone made an anonymous post. Now, these are very shocking details. I personally think this post is BS, but Seth apparently thinks it might have some legitimacy, so he contacted authorities about it. I'm going to let you decide because there's some serious allegations regarding a cousin of the Proudfoots. This is what this person claims. Now, the admins in this group, I will say, probably know who the anonymous person is because when you're an admin in a group, you know when someone anonymously, you can post anonymously and all the members see anonymous posts, but the admins know who the person is. So is this a little bit of trolling going on? Or is there legitimately a Chris Proudfoot cousin out there who is making claims? I'll let you decide. This is what was posted. This was what was circulating in the groups, and it came from Justice for Sebastian Rogers. Anonymous participant says, and I'm going to scroll this out a little bit. I didn't want to do this, but I have to. I have been having nightmares and I can't handle it anymore. I am Chris Proudfoot's cousin. We grew up attached to the hip. I love him, but he holds so much information. I have just been feeling so sick from this. Last month, Chris confided in me and had informed me that Katie killed Sebastian. This is serious, folks. At that point, I wanted to hurt her because he begged and pleaded and even paid me $500 to stay quiet. I took the money and I gave it to a homeless man. Now, that's kind of weird. I say this is BS. But I don't know. We don't know for sure. I am so sick, so tired, exhausted, and they need to be locked up. Oh, and he also told me that they stripped him naked and threw his clothes in the trash that night. I'm posting this here so someone else calls the cops because I'm already feeling too many emotions. So someone else can call the cops. So this post, Chris Proudfoot's cousin, says they called the cops. They're saying that they stripped. Katie did it. They're claiming that Katie did it. I don't know, folks. I call it BS. But we also, now this post magically disappeared when we were sharing it in our group, because I just want to tell you how posting in groups.
Yeah, let me know.
I actually shared that post in our Facebook group. And I said, regardless if it's BS or not, it needs to be reported to law enforcement. If you see something, say something, right? Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Seems like after I made that post in that group got taken down. Interesting. But I will say, as an
So that's why it was taken down. Okay. So he does say right here it was taken down. Okay, that's why I couldn't find it. Okay.
This group, and I'm going to just show you our group, just so you see it. Give myself the plug a little bit, right? Doesn't hurt, right? We got a lot of viewers on. I'll give myself the plug. I'll give our group the plug. We love our group. We got the best group out there, by the way. It's pretty good. You know, we're not politically correct, and we let people have opinions, right? We let people have opinions. Well, in our group, the mysterious disappearance of Sebastian Rogers. Again, we have 37,800 members. Help us push to 38,000. Okay, so I shared that post from the other group into our group. And I can tell you a little bit about how anonymous posts work. Okay? As being an admin in our group, we have it where people can post anonymously. You can choose to do that as an admin. In our group, there's people all the time that send anonymous posts. There's people all the time. And we have to approve it. And we have to, approve the posts. So I'm going to give you an example. I told someone in our member, hey, can you do me a favor? Because I'm the admin. I'll see it. Just submit a post anonymously and just submit it. And then I'll screenshot it. I'll screenshot the anonymous post. I want to show you guys when an anonymous post gets submitted, the admin sees, only the admins get to see who the person is anonymous.
Oh.
Case in point. Here's the example. This is our group. This is just someone that posted. I have to approve this post. And this is in our group.
Oh,
Good afternoon. I hope Sebastian is found soon, and I hope he gets the justice he serves. Guess what, folks? This anonymous post comes from Trey Jackson. Wants to post anonymously.
Oh.
So I see who the person is. I can see who the person is. Now, everyone else, the members, just see it as anonymous. So the point I'm making is, folks, is in that group, when you had this supposed cousin, the admins in that group, the admins in the group can clearly see, only the admins in this Justice for Sebastian Rogers group can clearly see who this person is.
And
you would think.
Let's just see. Who was that person? Justice for Sebastian Rogers. This is the page. We're on it right here. Justice for Sebastian Rogers. And when you go down to people, you got Bullhorn Betty. And then this is Shanja Elliott. Remember that name because he's going to pull that name up. JLR will.
Either the admins are in on some sort of scheme, the admins know it's a troll and they just want to stir the pot, or the admins generally seen someone posting claiming to be Chris Proudfoot's cousin. But the admins in this group, folks, know who this person is. They know. They know. So I would think the admins in this group would inform law enforcement ASAP of who the anonymous person is for this post, or share with everyone who made this post. Because if there is a Chris Proudfoot's cousin, and again, I think this is a troll, and I think this is just nonsense and people playing games, and I think possibly the admins in this group are in on it. They have a duty to report this because these are serious allegations. This is someone claiming to be purportedly Chris Proudfoot's cousin.
We know he's talking about Bullhorn Betty.
Unthinkable against Sebastian. And details. Here are some of the follow-up comments on that post. Anonymous participant on that post says, I wanted to flip over her car. Look at this. The own admin in that group. And this is why I think that they're playing games, because the admin knows who this person is based off the admin seeing who the anonymous participant is. So the admin responds and says, anonymous participant, I am an admin here. Have you reported this to law enforcement?
But if it would only go in one time though. So let's say me and Nancy over here, me and Nancy are both admins. If I get on the page and I check something on the page before, Nancy does, I'm going to get the approval. I'm going to have to be able to approve or deny it. So the next person that comes on to the page, they're not going to know who sent it in because I'm already going to have approved it or denied it. Does that make sense? Oh, their names are cute too, Amanda. Bentley and Kevin. Kevin. I don't know why that makes me laugh. Because it's like a real name, like a human name, more human. That's so cute, Kevin. So that Sandra girl, we just went over that too. So she's over here. She's the admin in this group. Her and Bullhorn Betty. Bullhorn Betty and JLR do not get along, not on this planet, not on any planet.
Well, how about this? Sonia, whoever Sonia is, have you reported the anonymous participant to law enforcement? How about that? Because Sonia knows about this post and has been communicating on that post before it was deleted. This admin right here would clearly know who this person is. So is this a game that they're playing and they're all in on it? Or is this a genuine post? Or even if it's not a genuine post, they at least know the name of the person purportedly who said these allegations. I did call. After I posted this, I haven't slept in days. And then this person says, anonymous person, participant, does Seth know? Or does Seth know? It's Seth knows, but does Seth knows? Guess what, folks? This same post has been made its way to YouTube. I think another creator has put it out there. But Seth does know. And he claims he called it in. Look at this. Someone asked Seth Rogers on YouTube, did you call in Chris Cousins' post? Seth Rogers, I did.
Now, I don't know if that's Seth Rogers' page. He's going to pull up a page and he's going to show us that it's Seth Rogers. But I'm pretty sure, I want to say I'm like 96% sure that Seth Rogers got the handle Seth Rogers, the @Seth Rogers handle. So I don't think that there's another, I can actually look. Let's see if there's another @Seth Rogers account. There is. So let's think here then. He would have to have a different account. He would have to have something after his name. So that could be his account. But I don't know. I'm telling you that. Yeah, I don't know though. Because when you put in the @Seth Rogers, there is a guy that comes up and he has 5 subscribers. It's not our Seth. And of course, everybody's talking about him right now. So he's tagged in everything. So I think that the post that he had, or the page that he had, I think he took that down. But I could always look this one up too.
I did. So Seth knows about this. And that's his account. It's coming from this account. We all know this is probably the only really real Seth Rogers account on YouTube.
Okay, I'm just SL. I think I'm putting it in wrong.
People are saying that's Seth. It's Seth. Unless it's someone else playing like they're Seth, I think it's Seth. Okay. So now, what is law enforcement going to do about it?
Hold on. SL. Weird. Okay. Because I can't find it. SL.
Okay.
Good.
So now, what is law enforcement going to do about it?
Found it.
What are they going to do about this post? And are we going to hear from law enforcement whether it's Chris Proudfoot's cousin? Because if you got a cousin out there, if Chris Proudfoot has a cousin
This
out
is
there,
a different
again, I
page.
think the post
Okay.
is BS.
This is a different page because Seth Rogers' page had music on it. Remember, guys? He had all, like it was different genres. It was like all over the place, some country, some rap music. It was like old school too, and it hadn't put anything up there for like 14 years. This page has these creators on here. Like there was no creators ever. And like, look at the creators that he has on here. Like, let's view all of them. These are like, yeah, I'm not buying it. I don't know. I'm not buying that that's his page. But let me get back over there if I can. JLR, we got to get you the info.
Seth says he called it in. I think the admins have a legal responsibility and a moral responsibility to let law enforcement know themselves, on top of that anonymous person that claims they called, to report it. Chris Proudfoot's cousin. Here's a picture here of Chris Proudfoot. I always thought something was strange about this pic, that he was wearing a New Mexico sweatshirt, considering he has, well, it's an old post. Yeah, he has a lot of drama going on in New Mexico. Remember this? It's an older, younger pic. This is one of the only few pics out there that are circulating, ladies and gentlemen, where you see Sebastian and Chris Proudfoot in the same pic. Did Katie do it? Like this anonymous person says. Did Katie Lynn Proudfoot do it? Now, people in groups, I don't know. We'll see what happens out of this, because there's specific details.
I just want to just let you guys know. I know that the page was different for Seth Rogers because of the music, and I know that he had over 1,000 subscribers, because now it's only 500. But when I first started YouTube, to be monetized, you had to have a minimum of 1,000 subscribers. And I remember looking at his page, and the first thing that came into my mind was, oh my gosh, he's going to monetize this page. And I said that to you guys. I was like, I give it like a month, he's going to monetize this. And then Tony Mathis will end up having a YouTube channel as well, but he went to TikTok instead. So I really wish I would have snapshot that page.
Enforcement needs to look into that post. Seth said he reported it. We'll see what happens. Let's talk about statistics, shall we, in missing person cases. Because the statistic aspect has been circulating. Remember, folks, Katie Lynn Proudfoot here. IMO, in my opinion, Katie knows exactly what happened to Sebastian. Thank you, Carol. I tend to concur. Again, show your theories and speculations. Dump them in the chat. What do you think she really knows? This is her in her younger days with Sebastian. She and Seth Rogers had a child together. We've been hearing about.
She looks a lot different in her younger pictures. I don't know why.
Flying back and forth between each other. The drama that, you know, Sebastian was subjected to in her household and in Seth's household, and then eventually in Chris Proudfoot's household. Both in California with Seth and Katie, and Stafford Court and Hendersonville. But let's talk about statistics, folks. Numbers don't lie. They don't. They always say numbers don't lie. And I'm going to read you about statistics on missing children. And I concur with this assessment. You tell me if you concur or you think this is wrong.
I just want to say Ohio has a huge problem with missing children. There's over like 1,000 missing children in Ohio or something crazy right now. I did a story on it months ago, and the numbers just keep going up and up and up. I think Cleveland alone is like 600. Let me get check. I'm going to double check.
I'm going to show you. This is dealing with parents of missing children. And here are the statistics, folks. And I've seen these statistics, and this was a very elaborate post here. Statistics on missing children. 90% of the parents are responsible. 9 out of 10 cases. Nothing. 90%, man. 90%.
Over 1,000 in Ohio right now. 1,000.
The ones who have them in their care are responsible. And probably most of them had CPS cases. They go missing to silence them from talking. Chris Proudfoot had more than plenty motive. That isn't just my opinion. That's a fact, Jack. Now, I don't necessarily agree with Chris Proudfoot had more motive, because I'm leaning more towards Katie did something. And that's my opinion. Let me know yours. And Chris knows and is protecting Katie. I believe Chris Proudfoot was, where he was. Some people don't.
Thank you, Mary Beth.
He had a recent CPS visit in early February, and he had the custody hearing with Nina, where Sebastian may have well been going to drop a CPS bombshell. To me, that's more than enough motive to suspect his involvement in foul play. And then the ruckus video is the crime scene. So I won't fall for distractions and red herrings and any supposed new evidence, unless it comes from LE or a neighbor surveillance camera on February 25th in the late hours or early hours of February 26th or early hours of February 26th. The morning Sebastian was reporting missing by Chris and Katie about 6:20 a.m. Anything else is garbage. But it's interesting, the last statement here is anything else is garbage, because I do think garbage could be involved with all of this. And I'm not talking about 3:10 a.m. garbage trucks and the lights. I'm talking about garbage maybe in dumpsters and landfills. So anything else is garbage. And the irony that
Hold on a second here. Hold on a second, lady and gentlemen. Let me see here. The FBI estimates that 450 children are murdered by their parents in the U.S. annually. Let's see. In 2021, 408 children were killed by their mothers and 311 by both parents. So let's see here. I'm not getting the statistics here. Males are victims about 55% of the cases. Mothers are more likely to commit infanticide. Okay, let me see if I can find any more statistics. But it says across all 35 countries with data on homicide perpetrators for all children under the age of 18, we have found that more than half, so 56 to 69% were murdered by a parent. And then 12% by another family member. So they're wrong. 56%, not 90%. But I already knew that just by reading it, because people they didn't Google this. They just wrote it out. They just typed it out. And they're like, no one will Google me.
90%, folks. 9 out of 10. And I've read that. Look at your statistics.
No, JLR, you better send me
90% chance. If they told you there was a 90% chance.
Let me go ahead and show you here. Across all 35 countries with data on homicide perpetrators for all children under the age of 18, we found that more than half were murdered by a parent. So 56.5% to 69.6%. So that's where, like when I typed it in, that's what I got. So let us know what you're seeing, JLR.
That there was going to be rain out and you worked outside. Would you bring an umbrella with you? Would you think it's going to rain? 90% chance. They told you there's a 90% chance that if you walk outside, you're going to get robbed or something bad's going to happen to you. Would you think it's going to happen? Would you take that chance, that 10%?
Well, 90% of kids aren't unalived by their parent.
Or is this just 10% chance that Katie, Chris,
Man, I know. He really is feeding it
or
tonight.
Seth didn't do anything with
Oh,
Sebastian?
I can tell you what that reason. Okay. So the reason why we can't say like murdered, I say it. I try to do half and half, but we're not supposed to say it at all. Like on YouTube, it'll demonetize our videos. So you don't get paid that much on videos anyway. So most people just will take the monetization off. If they're like letting it all out, they usually don't have the monetization on. But if you do, you just have to say like other words in place of them, like unaliving. And it's just, I hate that myself because I feel like it's not giving it the justice it needs. Like it's not giving it the oomph. Like if somebody was, killed and they were killed by stabbing, like you should be able to say that. But unfortunately, YouTube doesn't like it. Hopefully they didn't get me with right there. They're probably like, Tanya, there you go again.
10%.
I'm gonna put this at 125.
Every time we see Seth, he's holding and wearing. This is his billboard. This is his billboard. He said it. I don't need billboards. This is my billboard. If you were a guilty person,
but he wasn't wearing that shirt when he was in Sebastian's hometown, supposedly looking for places to search, driving around looking for places.
Of the thing you did wrong. Would you wear it on you 24/7? I don't know how many shirts he has, but he wears Sebastian. I see it a lot. Haven't seen him lately. A lot of people have mixed feelings about him. We shared what our theories are about, him and Sebastian and the relationship aspect. I'm a little bit suspect of how Sebastian was treated by all of them. Never thought that this guy, kidnapped Sebastian or lured Sebastian out of the house or had somebody from the jail do it or hired somebody do it or his family in Texas do it. I never thought that, and we never say that on JLR Investigate. Haven't seen any evidence of that. Though a lot of people in the chat feel like there could be more to this. A lot of people have opinions about everybody on this case. I want to show you something else, folks. I want to show you something else. So you heard Seth, and I'm getting my next segment here. You heard Seth say that he reported the purported cousin. Now, what comes out of that? I don't know. Is it legit? I don't know. I will say that there has been a sighting of a boy that has been circulating in Wisconsin. This one here. We're not really going to even entertain this. We know this is not Sebastian. Come on. This is not Sebastian. It's.
Let me show you this. If you think that's bull crap, look at what T-Rev put up. There's a possible sighting of Sebastian Rogers in Wisconsin. Stay tuned for more updates on this developing situation. Come on now, T-Rev. We know, we all know that's not Sebastian. That's just craziness. That's just craziness.
Circulating. This has nothing to do with Sebastian. I'm just telling you right off the rip. This is not Sebastian. Doesn't even look like Sebastian.
Doesn't even. The height don't even look right.
They posted this in all over social media. Anyone know this kid in Milwaukee, Wisconsin?
I bet that kid ain't even missing. I bet that kid lives at that house. And their parent took a picture of them, and they were like, "Oh crap, like, hold on a second. You kind of look like the Sebastian Rogers kid. I can just see it."
Not Sebastian. So we're gonna keep on moving with this. I just want to throw this out there that I don't even think authorities should even look into this. I think it'd be a waste of resources. Actually,
he said waste of resources.
Let's talk about this spot where this body was found today at a cemetery, because this is circulating too. The great Burton Staggs, who I like, local blogger, journalist. I like his work. We follow each other on Twitter. He posted this up and said a body was located today. Now, this piqued everyone's interest. It's not Sebastian, by the way, so I'm not going to keep you all in suspense and limbo. It's not Sebastian. But the area is definitely interest because it had everyone thinking, oh my gosh, this could finally be the end. This could finally bring justice for Sebastian. This could finally have located Sebastian. Update regarding the body found in Sardis, which is in Tennessee. It's a small community in Tennessee. Officials tell me there is no threat to the public. Body located. Details are limited, but at this time, Henderson County, and don't get that confused with Hendersonville. It's a separate county. Hendersonville's in Sumner County. Henderson County Sheriff Brian Duke tells me that a body was located near a cemetery in Sardis. But Burton Staggs also said, update in regards to the body found in Sardis. Officials tell me there's no threat to the public. Okay, I'll tell you guys what I know. It's not Felicia Perry. It's not Sebastian Rogers. It's not Summer Wells. And there is no need for the public to be concerned for the safety. All right? Just use this time to pray for a family who has lost someone. Yeah, because it's someone's. this is where it happened. Sardis. What piqued my interest about this and had my
Maybe it was a cell
curiosity
phone
up is if you zoom in, Sardis is literally between Nashville and Memphis. It's a small community between Nashville and Memphis, right off of I-40. Now, when you heard Sardis, people always think Chris Proudfoot working in Memphis here, working at the the construction site, St. Jude's Hospital, downtown Memphis, was staying just to the south, South Haven at the Yogi Bear campground. Takes this drive, this 3 hour, and they know the exact time. He said from door to door, it was like 3 hours and so minutes. Me and Magnolia have driven this route extensively. We were looking at the speedway footage that was out there that we don't believe that ever got looked at. Wonder why. In Jackson, right there off of I-40. And if you see Sardis, I just want to show you something about Sardis, because what interests me about Sardis
the footage of the
Sardis,
gas station.
Again, just south of I-40. But it's not Sebastian. There's I-40, so, you just go down a little bit. I don't know, about 20 miles or something like that. It's not far from Jackson, though. About 35, 40 miles. One thing I will say about Jackson is me and Magnolia, looked into the speedway on Highway 70 in Jackson. I still don't know an answer whether that tip that we got, I think we always got the most credible tip. Seth kind of just dismissed it. Another YouTuber claims that they saw surveillance, never seen or heard anything more of it. But, they're claiming that somebody was
Who
seen
said they
during the
saw
early
it?
morning hours at the
CJ?
gas pump at the speedway. But that's why this piqued my interest.
I
But
believe it.
there is still a strong possibility if Sebastian is out there, and as Seth Rogers, from the beginning stages of this case, has extensively searched Natchez Trace State Park. This is where me and Seth did our original searches at, right east of Jackson. So it is in the general area, right?
That's pretty far away. I thought it was far, but I didn't realize it was that far. Like, Seth Rogers is like, nope, that could be him. Better go over there right now. Like, I mean, I think that I would be like, well, how do we know who we're looking for? We're looking at, well, I'm going to go search a whole forest. I've always thought that was kind of weird.
Always hearing Highway 412 as a possible route that Chris Proudfoot takes. And it brought Seth Rogers out to this location multiple times.
So it'd been like over an hour, almost 2 hours or something to get there, over an hour.
In this general area looking for Sebastian. It is between Memphis and Hendersonville, Nashville. So right in between, dead smack in the middle.
Well, I guess we all knew where Seth's head was.
Sebastian could be anywhere in that direction, or what I think, knowing what I know now, I don't think he's anywhere on that route. I really believe, based off what we heard, people corroborating about Christopher Proudfoot's whereabouts, the 25th into the 26th, I do not believe Chris Proudfoot made it home. I just don't. Others might feel otherwise. I just feel like he generally was at his location or in that area. Someone posted in our group about his timeline, about what Chris used to say, what he did on the 25th and 26th. I will read that to you guys. But I think I'm more inclined to believe that Chris and Katie had some sort of conversation on the phone where Chris was at his location. And they had that long 3-hour call on the 25th, the night of the 25th. What's going on? What should we do? Oh, my God, I'm scared or something. Because, I don't think it was just, hey, how you doing, honey? What's going on? How I miss you? What are you up to? Blah, 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 blah. I don't think spouses talk that long. I think this was some sort of serious call and plotting and planning and scheming. And this is where Chris Proudfoot possibly could be in it up to his eyeballs by aiding and abetting or directing Katie to make the next move. At the end of the day, it's Katie that was last with Sebastian. We still, based off, like we've interviewed one of the neighbors, Miss Bobby, grateful that we were able to speak to Miss Bobby, and Miss Bobby informed, all of you and me that, all the consensus in the neighborhood, and she speaks to all the neighbors, and her own thoughts is there's zero evidence of Sebastian being seen on any type of ring camera, surveillance, anywhere. 25th, coming home from the Texas Roadhouse, all the way into the 1026. So it makes me think, okay, Katie, when did she arrive home from Texas Roadhouse? And did she make any stops after Texas Roadhouse with Sebastian in the vehicle? They go to Texas Roadhouse. We spoke to the waitress, said they served them around 6-ish. Did they go directly home? What time did they leave Texas Roadhouse? Seth Rogers said out of his own mouth at the beginning stages that he saw last proof of life. He wanted last proof of life. Interesting, though, when he saw that last proof of life, him and Katie were at the TBI with the TBI and Sumner County Sheriffs and with the district attorney. Remember that? And that had everyone up like, oh my God, is this a criminal investigation or not? Because according to Chris, he said out of his own mouth, Seth, you were there. You were there and you spoke to the district attorney. Well, why would a district attorney be?
The teenagers from age 14 to 17, they represent 6.5% that commit the nation's homicides. 6%.
In a room when people are discussing a missing child case, criminal investigation or not? Because if it's not a criminal investigation, why would the district attorney be there? Why would the district attorney be there? So we always want to know that. I personally think it's a criminal investigation, despite what everybody says. There has been clues and hints that have been put out there to indicate to me that it's a criminal investigation. They're not releasing records that are subject to being open. So an investigation under the guise of investigation, but it's under the guise of criminal investigation. I wish some of the people that would get denied these public records would take it to the next level and appeal it and take it to the court and say, why am I being denied these public records that the public has a right to know? They're saying it's an investigation. It was leaked out. It was criminal. And then they retract. And then Seth meeting with the district attorney. To me, it indicates a criminal investigation. But like I said, neighbors, no neighbors have produced anything out there or come on the record to say, hey, they saw this young boy the night of the 25th, taking out the trash, returning home, walking around. No one has seen this boy prior to Texas Roadhouse. That has been publicly put out there. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? But going back to Chris, this was a good post here, and I want to share this about Chris's whereabouts. Apparently, he was fixing, according to this post here, he was fixing a coworker's vehicle. Strange stuff. I don't know if you guys seen this, but this was been posted in our group. I want to share this information here. Whether this is legit or not, I don't know. Again, people are refreshing different things that were said at the beginning stages of this case and kind of reminding people again. Sometimes you do need fresh eyes and go back to listen to the interviews and go back and listen to what these players and participants have said. So there's something that has been bothering me since neighbor Bobby gave her interview and mentioned the unidentified car in the neighborhood. I had a conversation with Chris earlier in the case. I asked him if he could tell me what he did all day Sunday, the 25th, since we only heard about what Katie did that Sunday. He told me he was at the RV park all day and night Sunday. He said he didn't leave at all. He mentioned that a coworker of his was staying at the same RV park that weekend. So we're talking about the 24th, Saturday, 25th, Sunday. He said on Sunday, the 25th, late morning, early afternoon, he was working on this coworker's wife's car at the RV park. So his coworker's wife's car. I don't know anything about the cars, but he said he replaced the serpentine belt. Not sure if I spelled that correctly. He said there are pictures of him working on the car and that LE already questioned the coworker. I didn't think too much of it at the time of the conversation, but since Bobby mentioned the unidentified vehicle in the neighborhood, I started to wonder if Chris used the coworker's wife's vehicle to go to Hendersonville that night because he knew he couldn't use his own vehicle because the GPS would be tracked.
Well, I guess at least, the neighbors are doing their due diligence. I mean, they knew when there was a car that was suspicious in the neighborhood, but we're only hearing about this car 4 months later, over 3 months later.
I also wonder if the coworker could have been involved. See, now we're getting a little bit too crazy here. But again, some of this seems like it's factual information about working on a coworker's vehicle, because I've heard the same thing. Also, his comment that there were pictures of him working on the car is strange to me. Why would there be pictures? Katie took pictures of her day too. Could they have both taken pictures just to help establish an alibi? I just thought it was odd, but maybe I'm overthinking it. And then lastly, one final thought. I remember hearing that Seth's PI established Chris' alibi at the RV park because a coworker confirmed he saw them there at 8 o'clock p.m. Could it be the same coworker? Perhaps they were covering for him. I'm not accusing. I just theorize here. I'm just theorizing here so people don't attack me. I forget to mention that I do not know what kind of vehicle he was working on. He didn't say it. I didn't think to ask at the time. Do you buy any of this? I've heard numerous times that that's his alibi. He was there. Because remember, folks, he's a crane operator. Works St. Jude's Hospital project, downtown Memphis, right? There's nowhere to park down there, or pretty much you would think that the hired workers for that particular project probably come from all over the place. Maybe
they park
Arkansas.
In the parking garage. Parking garage. That's where the hospital staff will park at. They have to pay to park.
maybe Tennessee, Mississippi, maybe even farther out.
They don't even get a parking pass.
Maybe it is that co-workers of Christopher Proudfoot, where Chris doesn't really want to get co-workers involved by telling the public that, but what about the co-workers too?
Now, I don't know about St. Jude. They probably don't pay. I mean, they probably maybe will do free parking because they do free healthcare. But my brother has been building Ohio State Hospital University. He has been up there for 10 years now. Literally, since I was in the hospital, he was building onto the hospital as I was in the hospital, and he's still there doing the same thing. And he's a welder, and they park in the parking garages, just like if they were going to the hospital. Now, I don't know if they get, if he gets like validated parking. I don't think he does, because I know that the hospital workers don't get validated parking even. Like my occupational therapist, he was telling me how much he had to spend to pay to park per year. It was like almost $1,000 just to park at the hospital for his job. And he was like, I ride my bike to work. And he rode his bike all the time to work. So he didn't have to pay for it. Now, St. Jude is one of those hospitals that, don't like to charge the parent. They don't like to charge the families. More like, volunteer kind of, they get paid, but it's more by donations. So it might be a little differently there.
Because maybe they're in the same thing where Chris is. Chris pretty much has his RV, fifth wheel, takes it, fifth wheel, post, and he stays at the nearest campground. And maybe there is co-workers there with it. And maybe these co-workers have spoken that we don't know about, but Chris don't want to say that because he don't want to draw co-workers in, because he knows the co-workers will be all plastered all over the internet and plastered over YouTube and stuff like that. Imagine that. Imagine if one of Chris Proudfoot's co-workers' face got plastered on YouTube, and Chris has to face this co-worker every day at work. There would probably be big problems. He doesn't want to draw people that shouldn't be drawn into. So I don't know, folks. I don't know. At the end of the day, Katie's the last person that was with Sebastian. Did Chris take a vehicle and somehow drive there? I say no, but I want to know your thoughts. I don't think so. I think he was generally on the phone with Katie. Something's going on. Now, I'm open-minded to a lot of things. Being at that scene, seeing the Bauer Sox come through and kind of the Bauer Sox, and we're talking about Terry Bauer Sox, Kathy and Terry Bauer Sox, Chris Proudfoot's parents, I'm not saying they're involved either. But, maybe Chris contacted the Bauer Sox, and maybe the Bauer Sox coordinated with Katie to do something. Well, why would they do that for a child? But knowing what we know about cases around the country, the cases that we cover, there's people that will do things to harm children and protect and aid and abet some other person that done something. Not necessarily do the dirty work themselves as far as the actual KILLING or, see a body. And, what I mean is there's people out there that will cover up and help someone hide a body, or someone to assist them or help them hide the evidence, get rid of the evidence. But again, we're just going by this theory because none of us know. We're literally stuck on day one, stuck like Chuck. This case is kind of dying out to me. It does seem a little bit cold. It's summertime, it's supposed to heat up. But as the summer heats up, and by the way, if you live in the Northeast, there's a big heat dome that's coming next week. So stay hydrated, my friends. If you live in the Northeast, the temperatures could get to triple digits in New York and Boston, Philadelphia, and Baltimore. So but it's heating up. While it's heating up across the country, this case, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, is getting cold. And if this case gets cold, I don't know if it will ever get uncold and heat up again, unless somebody comes out there and does the right thing. Tomorrow, Summer Wells, Tennessee. A lot of people have comparisons when it comes to the TBI and handling of the Summer Wells case and Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers case. The anniversary is tomorrow, folks, June 15th, 2021. Summer Utah Moon Wells went missing. And it's 3 years. And it doesn't look like they have any answers on that one.
People in the Facebook groups are out of control. I'll have to tell you.
There's a very strong possibility on JLR Investigates and YouTube channels 3 years from now in 2027, February 26, 2027, we might be still talking about where's Sebastian. I don't want that to happen. Somebody needs to do something. Authorities need to kick it up a notch. Put the pressure. But pressure on who? Because it's very well possibility that she didn't do nothing with him. And he got lured out of the house. Some people think he just got lured out by somebody. Notice, though, Seth does admit, I did a video, that authorities still have electronic evidence like Sebastian's Nintendo Switch. Now, you would think if the Nintendo Switch was not relevant in this case, why don't Seth get the Nintendo Switch back? So that's interesting. Did Sebastian get lured out by somebody? But who? But who? There's people out there, Brian Kohlberger, some people think he's guilty, some don't. But this guy's arrested for going into a total stranger's home and murdering 4 college students. That's what he's arrested for. Pretty much with, just a random, he just chose these people. Is it possible that somebody just went into the Proudfoot's home and said, hey, kid? I don't think so, as far as the luring. And I don't think authorities, because they're not putting this out like he's been kidnapped. They actually putting it out as if he wandered off. That seems like where we're at. Like he wandered off. But why would he wander off? Why would he just wander off? Got a nice big house. He's ready to go with his dad, right, for the summer, according to Seth. So, according to Seth, Sebastian loved him. Everything is peaches and cream. Well, if everything is peaches and cream, why would this guy run away? Why would he run away? If you have the good life, you think a child that's loved and gets colossal popcorns and goes bowling and does fun stuff, and Seth takes him when Seth gets him, he goes fishing and goes out. You think a kid would just want to wander off like that? I don't think so. I think a kid that feels neglected, scared, bullied, terrified, those are the type of children that would want to wander off and run away, right? Those are the ones that want to get out of Dodge ASAP and had enough, or in fear of imminent danger and bodily harm. The ones that are scared. Those are the ones that would want to wander off. I don't think he just wandered off because of his curiosity and said, oh, I'm just going to pick this night, coincidentally, the anniversary where Katie filed for divorce against Seth. Strange coincidence. Well, that could be just a coincidence. But, folks, wandered off, middle of the night. I was scared to death out there in the dark, and I'm an adult. I turned 48 in December. As an adult, I can tell you, it's pretty scary out there in Hendersonville, up there on Long Hollow Pike at night. Go up there and turn your lights out. Get out of your car and walk around. And you can have a flashlight with you. Crickets, all the trees, all the noises, all the wildlife. As an adult, I was scared because I wanted to try to put myself in Sebastian's shoes as a wander-off perspective. Okay. What does it look like? I did the same thing with Carly Russell, and I was scared to death when I was up there at the spot where she says he was, found a toddler on the side of the interstate in Alabama. And I went up there with a flashlight in the middle of the night, and I did a reenactment down the path into the tunnels. And I can tell you, my heart was, I wanted to get out of there. Every single little stick at night that crackles, I'd be in fear. Every little bug that you hear.
Oh,
Do you think this kid really wanted to go out in one of the darkest? I mean, it is, when I say it's dark, it's dark. It's probably why surveillance didn't pick up anything. As far as, when Sebastian supposedly took this trash out, it's dark. It's dark. But you think a kid with autism, 15-year-old's going to just say, hey, I'm just going to go out there and wander away. Now, again, if your life is in danger and the boat is sinking, or I just think if you're like in that panic mode, kind of like 9/11, when you're on the top of the building and you have a choice, you're either going to fall down the building or jump out the building. Maybe he just decided to just run out with a flashlight and barefoot because he wanted to get away from a bad situation. The most terrifying thing that's happening inside his house. But both parents and all of them say everything's peaches and cream.
I thought that at one point.
Cream and good. So what gives here, folks? What gives when it comes to this case? A lot of this is repeat stuff, but I mean, we got to use common sense and logic here. I wish authorities would tell more. Just release some sort of clue.
I wish they would just give us a press conference.
An update. Maybe it's time for authorities just to give some sort of update, to kind of give us a direction of where they're at and what they feel really happened.
We do need an update.
I mean, they literally, now, remember, did the authorities get bamboozled by, being told that Sebastian could have wandered out because they're playing Sebastian's music, they're playing music, trying to call Sebastian. They're doing all types of great searches and searching every nook and cranny around that home for miles and miles radius and stuff like that. Did they botch it? Because when I say did they botch it, was there a criminal act done, but they were bamboozled into thinking it was a runaway, and they didn't do the forensics at the house or appropriate investigative measures at the house. That evidence is probably no longer exist. Be a possibility, right? We need a press conference. There's a few more things, folks, I want to talk about. We're always going to talk about this guy. We've shared our feelings a little bit about this guy, but we don't take it personal. JLR investigates. We're just monitoring what he's doing. personally don't like him getting involved with Seth. This picture speaks for itself. You know, Seth looking over his shoulders, kind of like look at his eyes. This guy here just got fired the other day from working on the Caleb Harris case. We discussed.
I'm wondering that too. I'm wondering why they haven't given any updates at all. Usually, like, they'll give something, but I think it's because this case went from 0 to 100 so fast that the cops probably couldn't get ahead of the first bad thing, to where they might just be like, we don't even know what to do about that case at this point. You know what I mean? Like, but just come out and tell us something, anything will do. Even if it's just like, this is the timeline, we still think the same way we felt in the beginning. None of the parents are involved. I mean, just something, you know. And thank you, Mary Beth, for gifting out a membership. That's so sweet of you. Thank you. Look at that. True Crime and Other Stuff got herself a membership. Welcome in.
That he tried to interject himself with the Moscow, Idaho 4 case by, soliciting his services to the family. He's now supposedly still a PR guy for Seth. As of now, haven't heard Seth give any statement or him or anyone affiliated with him about, Seth getting rid of him or fired or him quitting. Is it going to come? I don't know. What's their plans? But I can share this in reference to Tony Lee Mathis, Grove, Oklahoma. There's another group. There's a young man who is missing in Texas named Harley Morris. So April 11th, he's trying to reach out to the family of Harley Morris. And he makes this post. And I find this crazy because how many people, Tony Mathis, do you want to represent? I am the spokesperson for the family of Caleb Harris. These cases are eerily similar. Someone please have the mom or dad message me. And this is where I'm told, my sources have told me, that's when he tried to solicit his pitch as being the spokesperson for Harley Morris's mom, Wendy. It's just wild stuff, because what about if Wendy would have said yes? And apparently according to her, he's guiding her. Look what she says here. Tony is helping me with guidance. But he is focused on Caleb's case. Thanks, everyone. Because everyone's like, hey, Tony's trying to reach you. Wendy, call me ASAP. So Tony was trying to do the pitch on Wendy, not the family spokesperson. I tried contacting him. I am waiting for a reply. So they got connected. Did you just see the message from Tony Mathis about reaching out to him? He's amazing. And the family spokesman for Caleb Harris family. He has so many contacts, dude, and can help put you in contact. Prayer for your family. Ooh, it's thundering here.
I heard that. Wow.
Nothing good better than a.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. Oh, Seth Rogers is back.
I love but see what I'm saying? Like, why is Tony trying to be involved with all these cases of missing people and try to, he's trying to claim that he does everything out of the kindness of his heart. Give us
a better conclusion than that.
His, own pocket.
Seth
He's not
Rogers
receiving anything. But this is now the fourth person that we're aware of. Fourth family. Well, the victim's families for Idaho, you technically say 4 families, but I know that he solicited his services to 1 for sure. So you got multiple families and multiple national cases. I mean, how is he?
Yeah, it was a fake stuff. Sorry, guys. I was on another
cranes
screen.
At Craneworks. How is he supposed to adequately represent?
Sorry, I couldn't get that fast enough. I was on another screen. I didn't see you guys were texting.
Each and every one of these families.
Dang you, Seth Rogers. Fake Tony will be next.
Hours a day. You can't be Inspector Gadget with a bunch of different hands saying, I'm going to help you, 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 all at the same time. These families deserve a PR person. And I don't even think none of them need a PR person. I think all of them can speak for themselves. But if they were to get a PR person, they would need probably somebody that has experience as a PR person, not a crane person. So I just wanted to put that out there. And, I don't know what Tony is. Again, I don't take Tony's stuff personal, what he said to me. We're just reporting on what he's up to and what he'll continue to be up to, just like we're going to report what Seth's up to and what he continues to be up to, just like we're going to report on what Katie Proudfoot is up to. And just like we're going to report on what Christopher Andrew Proudfoot is up to. These are public figures in a public interest case, and there's the little boy that's centered around their case is still missing, almost 4 months. And one more thing I want to share with you all. There's been correspondence being shared in the groups, and apparently, what date is this? June 9, 2024. This person named Lynn apparently posted this screenshot of correspondence she had with Brandon Carter of the Sumner County Sheriff's Office. And this is Brandon Carter. And they attached this, Brandon Carter, Detective Sergeant. And in this correspondence, she's saying
Lynn is saying that they contacted Seth or contacted the authorities about Seth sending out those letters, and Seth's own words about being a suspect. I guess Seth went on one of these podcasts or somewhere. We shared it. I think he went on allegedly with Brittany and considered himself a suspect. And this person, Brandon Carter, a detective with Sumner County, said, "Good afternoon, Lynn. To whom and where did Seth Rogers say he was the one sending these threatening letters and saying he is a suspect?" So it seems like what Lynn was saying is that Brandon Carter is interested in what Seth Rogers is up to. Now, that's very telling to me, the way they're saying it, because they're saying, like, hey, authorities are monitoring Seth and monitoring what Seth is doing and what Seth is saying online. Very, very telling, folks.
Is Seth Rogers a suspect in Sumner County? It doesn't seem like they're on the same page. Seth seems like he's very aggravated. He's called them out. He said they have egos. Why? Why? What's going on here, folks? So we'll continue to monitor that. We'll monitor this whole case. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is still missing. Got a lot of people in the chat tonight. Hopefully I provided you what the latest is. Other than that, folks, there's really nothing else going on that I've seen that's relevant to this case. Nothing else. Is anybody else going to come out of the woodwork, make claims?
I haven't seen anything else either. I was actually looking. Let me do some more snooping. I was over on TikTok looking around to see what was going on over there. Let's see. Well, I will tell you, a girl I went to high school with, oh my gosh, she's lost a lot of weight, and I mean a lot. Like too much. Like if there's a thing called too skinny, this person's representing it right now. Right now. Like, whoa. Sorry about that. Just went back to high school there for a minute. You get on your TikTok and your TikTok and you're like, there's a person there and you're like, wait, she looks familiar. And you're like, hot damn, where'd she go? Where's the rest of her? She's like under 100 pounds. I mean, she looks like deathly sick. Like her cheekbones are like up here. Like that's that Ozempic diet. Oh gosh. So the reason why I'm not on my account right now, because I'm not even logged in. I don't know how she's even up on my account, on my For You page, because I don't have an account up. But I don't have an account up right now because I logged out of it because I think she blocked me on my second page. So I went under my Poppy and Ari TikTok for my boutique. And I couldn't find her under there. So I went under just like regular, like nothing, like no login, and I found her again. So I'm thinking she may have blocked me. She's live right now. Let's see. Oh, I gotta log in. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can log in with this account. I don't want to put my birthday in. Okay. What? I don't want to. I have to put my stuff in. I don't know the password. Maybe this. I'm trying to like not sign up. Why is it doing this? I don't know. I hate TikTok, guys. I don't want to sign up. But it's like making me. Okay, let's try it again. Log in. It says maximum of attempts to try to log in. I've only tried to log in twice. Let's see. I can't use my other name either because she knows my name. She blocked me the other night. I think it was last night we tried to go in there and she blocked me up and I was like, what? So I went under like just the regular name and it was letting me see it. But I don't think he's probably on there. He hasn't been lately. Stephen Crabtree, he's still out there looking, it looks like. I mean, unless he's just on another lake, but I mean, I'm pretty sure he's there. He's still looking. So that's pretty amazing. He's kind of redeeming himself anyway from the 3 lies he busted out with when he first came out on the scene. But at least he's out there looking. I mean, he is. He's out there looking, it looks like. But yeah, so let me read the chat for a minute, see what you guys are saying. How does it not? Oh, it doesn't help people. No, people be losing weight on that Ozempic. I mean, like this. Concrete. Oh, really? Ugh. You don't digest your food. Oh. Ooh, I don't think I would like that. I don't think I would like that at all. But yeah, no. This girl looks like she's definitely on Ozempic. I don't know where she went. She's gone. She's like I'm not going to be small anymore. Like I'm not that small because if that's what I look like when I'm that small, I don't want to be that small. Ozempic face. It's like when you like when you're like your like cheeks kind of like just like go like sink in and your cheekbones are super like high lifted. It looks like they took all the fat out of your face. That's what I call it. Just because like you can tell like people, you know, when you like when people lose weight drastically fast, it seems like their face, their head or something is different first. I don't know how to explain it. Like like skeleton type face. Like she looks like a skeleton with skin on it. Like if I didn't have this big of subscribers, I mean this many subscribers, I'm not have a huge channel. I would show you guys, but I don't want to do that to her. Dark circles, yeah, that's what it is too. And it's like, what happened to her? That's, you know, man. I don't go to my hometown very often, so I don't see anybody that I grew up with. It's actually pretty funny. The last time that like I've even drank or anything, like did anything bad, like that's not even bad. Drinking is not bad, but you know, like I had the last time that I had a cigarette because I stopped smoking like 8 years ago. And the last time I drank was when I went to my hometown. You know, that's bad. Another Tony? Oh, geez. Now he's coming after me. How do you come back, Seth Rogers? Come back again, Seth Rogers. I know he was saying nasty stuff to me, SG. Talk dirty to me. How long has she been on? I don't know. I don't know, Jill. I don't even know if she's on it, but she looks like it. She has to be. There's no way this girl went from like she was a healthy weight, like 140, 150 to like 100. Like less than 100 pounds. Yeah, Cat's Park. Ozempic's for like diabetes, but it's helping people lose weight, I guess. So, yeah, Mr. Rosebud, he was trying to hit on me. I guess that's his way of hitting on me. Fake Seth Rogers. We only accept the real Seth Rogers over here when it comes to compliments and being nasty. We want the real deal. We want to be able to yell back at the real person. You just lost power, Lenora? Uh-oh. Make sure you can keep your phone charged. But yeah, people use it for weight loss. Yeah. It's a big thing with like celebrities and stuff, I guess. Because they can get whatever they want. They can get it prescribed to them. We can toy around with them. We should. Kind of like anorexia. Egg Pooh Bear. That's exactly what it looks like. It looks like she's in. Yeah, it does. That's exactly what it looks like. And I wonder if when I'm not skinny, because I don't know if you guys have this, but I get to a point where there's a certain small part of me, like when I'm getting to a certain skinny level, if I go to that skinny, you can see like my chest bones. But 1 or 2 pounds, it'll do like all the difference in the world, like right there. But you'll notice me if I lose a lot of weight, like can't really see my chest bones, but you can't see them right now, but like you'll be able to see them, like physically see them. I have a guy this on in my shop, and guy in here says he takes it for diabetes and it's amazing. Well, did he lose any weight? Maybe. Man, Mathis, don't do that to you too. Like, that's kind of what it looks like. I'm like, what is going on? But that's why I don't get on Facebook either. You know, you get on Facebook and you see people you haven't seen for years and you're like, jump scared. You're like, what the hell? You're like, whoa, you know? Or the opposite. Like my best friend, she's aging like a fine wine. I'm over here aging like a bourbon or beer. Not bourbon's good, a beer. Aging like a warm beer that's been cold and then warmed again. No, I tease her all the time. I'm like, you're just aging like a fine wine. Oh, really? You've lost 38 pounds? Oh, wow, baby girl. That's a lot of weight. That's a lot of weight. If you think about it, 38. Wow. I'm trying to lose 10. Can I get a couple doses of that Ozempic? No, I'll work out. I'll get it there eventually. But I mean, I'm cool with where I'm at. Tanya's so disappointed that she didn't get a cease and desist letter from Seth and Tony. I think she's almost offended by it. I am. I really am. I feel like no one bothers me over here. Aging like a skunked beer. Yep, that's exactly what it is. That's what I'm aging like. Skunk beer. Beer that's been warmed up and cooled down and warmed up again, I said. I age like cold milk. Oh, really, Ashley? You have for lupus to help support your. Oh, wow. Maybe that Ozempic's doing its job then. Must be pretty good at different. I mean, it's good at multiple things. Good for multiple things. I mean, it is an epidemic in this country that, people are overweight. I mean, they just are in America. They just are. So maybe it'll help. You try to take good care of your skin. Yeah, and H9, yeah, my mom always told me when I was a kid, take care of your skin, get your neck, get your hands. But I never listened when I was young. Now I lather sunblock on me. As long as I keep aging, I'm happy. I love that one shot. That's the best way to look at it. That's the best way to look at it. Oh, who was I talking about? A girl I went to high school with. I was going on to TikTok to check the pages for Sebastian. And I was like, whoa. I got scared there for a minute. I'm trying. Oh, can I? Oh, shoot. Let me see if I can log in. They'll let me. If it won't, then I'll just try later. It's saying to sign up. So create an account. Okay. Oh, I don't want to put that. Okay. I'm logged in. And then why can't I search? This is so weird. This is so weird. It like won't let me search for people. Okay. Maybe I have to do something on there. I don't know. Maybe it takes a minute. But I'll keep my eye on here and I'll look. I'll keep my eye on here and see if anybody comes on a TikTok. If they do any TikTok lives, I'll jump back on or something. Actually, I could look from my phone. Let me turn it down. So let's see. How do you switch accounts? I don't even know how to do it. Wait, no. I'm really bad at this stuff, guys. Sorry. How do you switch accounts? Because I think that I'll just see if she blocked me on this one. Like, I wonder if she has to block me like every live. Yeah, it looks like it. Well, dang it. That's okay. I bet you he's not on there. If he is, you know what? I'll tell you if he's on there. Let's go to YouTube. That'll tell us right away. Nope, doesn't look like it. No one's on here. And they would be on here right away. But yeah, so I think that's all I really have for you guys. So the body that was found is not Sebastian, and the kid that was seen on the Ring camera isn't him as well. So oh my gosh. Ashley, you said you did too much. It's good to talk to you guys. You use lots of moisturizer. Me too. I use Core 6. It's called it's Core 6. It's like a snail mucin. I use all their products now. I started with the snail mucin and then it just went on from there. It makes my skin feel so soft. If you ever see me and I'm shiny, like right here, I can even a little bit of shininess. It's from that stuff. It keeps me really moisturized. Weenie Gate. Wienergate 2024. I'm gonna get those shirts made. I have it wrote down. I've told Vincent, I was like, we gotta get some shirts. He did a job for his business this weekend. He has been working really hard. So I haven't really been bothering him too much about it, but now it's the weekend, so I can bother him. We had to write it out. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. Mama took too much. Just ride the wave, Mom. Just ride the wave. That's so funny. You're probably laughing so hard being like the daughter too, because then the role is kind of reversed. You know, you're taking care of her instead of her taking care of you for something. I could see me and my mom. That's happening to us. I could see that most definitely. Snail tails, I know, right? I used to kill the snails when they come up to like when I was in a wheelchair. They would come up on the porch, and I hated snails. I never had seen a snail until I was in a wheelchair. Till I couldn't get away from them. And I would pour salt on them because I'm mean. I'm really mean. I'm mean. But now I put their stuff on my face. I'm like, isn't this full circle now? Like this has come full circle. So it's kind of crazy. Oh, Richard, do you know what Tony told his wife about TikTok? So she said she didn't like him being on TikTok, and he told her then just get off the platform. It was in an article. I about fell over when I read it. I said, he told her to get off the platform. Like, what? Don't kill the babies. I know. I need them now. I need them to produce the slime so I can put it on my face. We lived on the sea and would get them at low time next to our pier. Really? Yeah, they're not bad. They don't scare me, but they did at the time. They just slimy, slippery, sluggy. Ugh. No. I saw that baby girl. I did see that. That's very sad. They found Maya. Yeah. Oh, the snails and mussels. Oh, I bet that's nice been living by the lake. Once every 2 weeks. Oh wow, squeaky wheel. I use oh, it's not in here. It's Survive. It's in a white bottle with a blue band around it. It works really well. It's like really light. I can't stand having thick stuff on me. I've got sensory issues like you would not believe. I hate lotion in general normally, but you know, you need it. But if you guys haven't used then that Maui Babe for your tanning lotion, use it. Mary Beth, have you been using it? Because whoo, I used it the other day and look how dark I am. I was only out for an hour. Ooh, cats don't bark. Well, good thing I don't wear makeup. Yeah, no makeup. I wear mascara a little bit, only on my top eyelashes. I don't put them on my lower lids anymore. I haven't for 10 years. And then I put stuff on like my eyebrows a little bit. Like, what else do I do? Just like my mom. Just like my mom did. And I use Vaseline on my feet because God, girls got some rough feet. God, keep them nice and soft. But I think that's all I really have for you guys. Did she change her picture, Ashley? That looks like a new picture. I think it's the other one. Your skin's amazing. Ashley needs to quit gatekeeping the bar soap that she uses. Which one is it? What kind of soap is it? That's what she said. She uses a bar soap to clean her face. Oh, Sonia, how long have you known her? How long have you known BHB? Do you know her back from Quentin Simon? Look, just look that up. Just look that up. That'll tell you all you need to know. That'll tell you all you need to know. And your lips, yeah. I actually have like a dry spot on my elbow I put Vaseline on because I sit on my elbow. Sometimes like when I'm laying in like my bed, I'll perch up on my elbow. I don't know why I do that. I just do. And now it's like messed up. Yeah, Tammy. She did a whole lot of things outside of Quentin Simon's house. I was listening to it today actually on another person's live. Her and like MJL were out there yelling, or one of those people, Molly Golightly, one of those people, you know. Man. But yeah. You're allergic to chapstick? Oh my gosh. I use this Vaseline chapstick actually. Just Vaseline. I think it's just Vaseline. Yeah, I mean, I don't really like Betty, but I don't mind her. Like, she doesn't bother me, but she used to really bother me. Back in Quentin Simon days, I was on it. We need to go through those old videos. I mean, I would just like to hear my voice. I would just like to hear my mouth going because my mouth was going, guys. When I first came on this platform, it was like I had an opinion. I had an opinion, and I made it known. You saw me on a live today? Where was it? I was on the live? I was at the doctor all day. Maybe it was an old live. But if you saw me inside the live and I was like, hey, texting while driving, that was me. Because I did go into a couple of lives today, I think. I think I was in Queens. I think I was in Granny's this morning. On my way to the doctor, I was listening. Best beauty secrets, drink lots of water. You know what? True crime, that's exactly what it is. And I don't drink enough. I just don't. I need to. Vincent, on the other hand, that's all he drinks is water. Like a little splash of Kool-Aid in it. And I'm like, that's no sugar, nothing. He's like, no, he doesn't drink sugary drinks, nothing like that. I'm the opposite. But here we are. Oh, about Quentin. Quentin was a little boy, age 3. He was 2 or 3. He was unalived by his mother. She kept it a secret, but the whole United States kind of knew who it was for over 30 days. And it brought YouTubers to her house. So everybody camped out right in front of her home. It was her parents' home, her mom's home. And they caused havoc. I mean, they wreaked havoc. Dolly got charged with assault on a woman. You got Bullhorn there yelling up a storm out of that bullhorn. You had Molly Golightly there. You had Justin there. You had them all. I mean, and the police were called over 30 times in 30 days. A woman couldn't even stay at home on hospice and live out her final days in peace because the protesters wouldn't get out of the damn lawn. They were in her front yard. They wouldn't get out of her front yard. Can you imagine that? Can you even imagine that? Thank you, baby girl. I couldn't remember the age off the top of my head. But we started covering the case right when it happened. It's very sad. It says he was 20 months old, reported missing October 5th. So that October 5th would be about the time that I'd have to go back and look at the lives, but they're there. Let's see how many actually. I'll tell you how many we have. Let's see. What did I just do? Can't mess with the computer today. Just can't do it. YouTube Studio. If you go under like my videos, you'll see them too. So under like playlist, I have a Quentin Simon playlist. It's probably pretty far down because we haven't talked about him in a little while. There it is. I bet you I didn't put all my videos in there because it's when I first started. So I only have 11 videos. I should have like over 30 at least. Look, you can hear my music. It's the same. Oh, look at me being so consistent. I was trying to see what. Oh, man, that microphone needed to go. Did you hear how bad that sounded? I was trying to see. Did I not? I know I was recording them fools, but maybe I wasn't. Maybe I was just watching it. Because that could be it. DM, I just saw your name on there. Aw. This is when we were talking about Dolly getting arrested. I saw DM in there. I was like, oh, that's cute. I love seeing your guys' names. Like when I go back to my old videos. And I'm like, oh my gosh. It's really cool to see that. But I'm going to jump off here. But thank you guys all for being here with me tonight. It was nice to talk to you guys for a little bit after the live. Wasn't too crazy of a live tonight. Just wanted to come on and kind of hang out and talk to you for a little bit and show you JLR. It was horrible, true crime and other stuff. Yeah. Man, that case got me in my feelings. Like Kylie Rodney is what brought me on the platform. But when we hit Quentin Simon, it was like just a whole level of differentness because he was so little and he's so young. Even though she was only 16, it was just different. I was a new creator, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for the emotions that I would feel because I thought I'd be able to just come on here and talk about true crime and that would just be it. You know, I never thought I'd be like, it would get into my personal feelings, and now it does. And then I get, have a personal interest in, making sure there's justice or people are brought home, that are missing. So, but thank you guys all for being here tonight. I appreciate it so much. I'll see you guys all tomorrow night on the live. I'll make sure I schedule a little bit before tonight's live so that way you guys will know. But thank you for being here. If you don't mind just hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, all those fun things. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow night. Bye, guys.